Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I am going to be talking about specifically Tomb Raider and how they handled Lara Croft from the perspective of romantic entanglements, and as from the perspective of a strong female lead character. All right, so Tomb Raider was a 5 out of 5 star movie. I really liked it a lot, but the movie continued building a pattern that I have been seeing emerge in Hollywood films. So specifically, Lara Croft in the 2018 Tomb Raider is the third strong female character lead that I have seen in large blockbuster films that has the same pattern, okay? And here's the pattern. It's strong female lead, 0 romantic entanglement, 0 motherhood. Okay, those three things are attached, right? And here's where I've seen it: Jyn Erso in Rogue One, Rey in The Force Awakens and Last Jedi, and now Lara Croft in Tomb Raider. So in every single one of these movies, and actually in the idea of a strong female lead having any romantic entanglements is gone. Like, that is not really a part of those characters in any way. And so it almost seems like these movies are connecting strong female lead, 0 romantic entanglements, 0 motherhood as a through line, right? And in each one of these films, it's the same. It looks the same. In fact, it goes even a step further in the Lara Croft film, or in Tomb Raider, where the idea, there's only one point in the movie where there's an insinuation that she would have a relationship with someone, and she makes it a joke, like saying, "Oh, it'd be laughable for me to be involved with you," and the person that she's making this joke to is a completely eligible person, young, attractive, thin. There's no reason in the world why it would be a joke that she was, making a joke that they could go on a date, but she just puts it out there, and almost like saying, "Hey, I'm a strong female lead. The idea that I would have any romantic entanglement with anyone is laughable," right? And so I really think that this is really fascinating. So I was thinking about it, and I was like, what's happening here? Is this Hollywood projecting, a value forward in these films? And I don't think that's the case. I think what it is it's a reflection of society, right? And so one of the things that I'm really fascinated about recently is population growth at the global level, in America, in developed nations, and in underdeveloped nations. Okay, and in America and in developed nations, population is now starting to recede quite quickly. Japan has a major problem with this. They are fast approaching 0 population growth, or even negative population growth. That is huge, right? That is a really big political, cultural, and social change, right? So I think what they're showing is, basically, I read a lot of books, and one of my favorite most recently was Hannah Rosen's The End of Men. And in that book, she says there's essentially has become a tipping point where if you look at colleges, there is a lot of women who are going into college, who are signing up for college and finishing college. And on the male side, especially in America, this is starting to recede, right? So that more and more colleges are becoming a success point, a platform for success for females, and less a platform for success for males. And so these 3 movies are really matching that. They're reflecting that cultural change, right? One of the things I was recently learning about was Johnny Carson in the 70s had this one particular guy on, and then he had other guests that echoed this idea that in the 70s there were people who were saying, "Hey, the oil's going to run out, the food is going to run out, and we're going to overpopulate this planet like crazy." Now that idea, if you look at America, if you look at developed nations, and then if you look at underdeveloped nations that are quickly becoming developed nations, that idea is becoming quite laughable. The idea that we're going to overpopulate the earth is really quite laughable, because what's really starting to happen in America and in developed countries, by the numbers, is that there are less and less children being born, and less people interested in traditional family structures, right? Which traditional family structures generally produce far more children than non-traditional family structures, right? And so basically now, looking at the society that's been built, it seems like our culture, more and more strong females in real life are saying, I want to be a strong female, right? And so that's going to mean, less romantic entanglement, less motherhood, right? And you see that being reflected in these films. I think that's what's happening, right? But I'll really open it up. I'm really curious what you guys think, because I think this is a reflection of what's happening in society. And so, so there's really a through line. Rogue One, Last Jedi, Tomb Raider, strong female lead equals zero romantic entanglement equals zero motherhood. And that, and I really, the pattern as you watch these films is very, very clear. And I just think it's interesting that we've landed at this point. And I'm curious how Hollywood is going to handle this issue going forward, only because I really feel like each one of these characters having zero romantic entanglements absolutely cleaned up these stories and allowed these stories to say things that other stories really might not have said, right? But one thing that it seems like there might be a danger in the future of is that relatable? It seems like romantic involvement is a very human aspect, right? And so if you have strong female leads, and they don't have romantic involvement, are they relatable as human beings, right? I don't think we've reached that point. I thought Lara Croft was incredibly relatable in this last movie, and I think it was very easy to relate to Jyn Erso and very easy to relate to Rey, right? But I think if this continues to become a pattern, it could emerge as a problem for people relating to these strong female leads. So I'm curious what you guys think of this topic. If you think is this Hollywood projecting a value, or is this Hollywood reflecting what's actually occurring in America and in developed countries? Take care.